Welcome to Crafted Sweetly. This is Diana, and in this video I will show you how to use the Mama Elephant stamps and create 3 different designs. I'm using the My Pet Puppies stamp set. It has really cute designs and it's just the dogs are the most adorable, so you can create some really cute cards with this. I am using my Score Buddy board to mark up the cards that I'm making. So I do mark these up. It has a scoring tool, and the other nice thing with this scoreboard is that it does have the markings that you need just to cut to where you're going to score the card. So if you do it at 4 1/4, and then the other card that we'll be using is a gatefold. So for this one, I'm just folding the card in half. And then for the gatefold, it has markings on there, so you don't even have to do the measuring. It has 2 little dots, and that's where you mark your cardstock to create a gatefold. And with this Score Buddy, it just makes it so much easier to fold everything. I'll also do one lengthwise. So for this one, it's because it's 11 inches, I'm doing it at 5 1/2 for the fold. So I'll make a card lengthwise. So different ways you can fold the paper to create different looks. In this first card, I am using a wide washi tape, and this is watercolor strokes. And I do have links below for all the various supplies that I'm using in these cards. What's nice with this is that you instantly have a decorated card just by attaching this wide washi tape, and it's just so beautiful. For this, I'm just going to add 1 stamp and then 1 sentiment. And using my mini Misty, I place the stamp exactly where I want it so that it doesn't shift, and if it doesn't stamp properly the first time, you can re-stamp it a couple of different times to make sure that your outline is nice and sharp. But you can see that these stamps are such nice quality that the lines are so defined. Everything is just it's a really good quality stamp. I'm also using a sentiment from the same set. It'll be congratulations on your new puppy. And this I do add a couple of different layers of cardstock once I stamp it to give it some more dimension. And same with this lettering. The font is just really cute, and it's very nicely detailed. So I'll trim this down to make it just a nice little narrow strip for the sentiment. And I'm using some art glitter glue to attach it to one more layer of cardstock. To give it that added dimension, I will add some foam squares to the back of the sentiment strip. For the next card, I'm using the Cardmaking Magic die set, and this does have a lot of different dies in it, but I'm only using the certain center ones because I want to create a frame for one of the puppies as the focal point. Once you have the dies arranged, I am using some repositionable tape to hold it in place as I put it through the die cutting machine. I'm using a diamond press marquee. It's a really quick way to cut out smaller dies, and I do love this machine because it just cuts out the dies. Even the tiniest detail is cut out really nicely. As you can see, this has some really tiny cuts, and everything cut out just beautifully. So I'm going to stamp in the center one of the puppies again. And while I'm stamping, I'll also stamp the sentiment. For this background, I am using Distress ink by Ranger, just to give it a little more color. I'm working on a glass mat just so I don't get the ink everywhere. And I'm just rubbing this back and forth. Just to add some additional texture to the card and mixed media, I am using very fine string right underneath the embellishment. For this to color the outside, I wanted to give it more of a frame look to it. I'm using a Deco Color Premium Prime gold marker. And I will attach these with some foam squares to the card. This last card is a gatefold, and this is a good way to use some of your scrap colored paper. So I'm cutting out the 2 strips and then attaching with double-sided sticky tape to each panel. For this, I'm using the oval Gemini die cuts, again to create a focal point on the card. And I'm using 2 different cardstocks. One is the background, and then the white one will be where I'm going to stamp the Mama Elephant puppy stamp on it. So I'll cut out 2 ovals in different sizes. This oval set does have quite a few different sizes to choose from. So on the white card, I will stamp the little puppy. And then I will attach this in the center, almost as a closure to the gatefold. And then you just add the sentiment. So as you can see, this Mama Elephant My Pet Puppies stamp set can make some really cute cards for the dog lover in your life. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please comment below. Also, please share and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much, and see you next time.